welcome back to my channel. It's the night before Thanksgiving, and the Thanksgiving this year is going to be a little different, as I'm sure all of your Thanksgivings are going to be a little different this year too. This year, the reason why mine is going to be different, because this is my first time actually having Thanksgiving off. Part of that is because I am quarantining, but the other part of that is because of my new role. My new role allows me to take some time off. So, it is, I have no idea what time it is. I just started the oven. I'm preheating it to 425 right now because, all things aside, I don't have a turkey. I have some vegan like little turkey mock meat that's like stuffed with stuffing and cranberries. So the one kind of thing that I'm not gonna miss out on for Thanksgiving, my favorite parts of Thanksgiving are pumpkin pie with lots of whipped cream. Even when I was vegan, it was vegan whipped cream, like the coconut cream, or Cool Whip. They do make a vegan Cool Whip, and pumpkin pie. And I've experimented with many different pumpkin pie recipes, both vegan and non-vegan alike. And my favorite is a non-vegan version. So I am making that right now. I just cracked like 5 or 6 eggs because they were the really little ones from the door. They were really little. The recipe for a single pie calls for 2 eggs. I am making a double pie, which we'll see if it fits into the crust because I am using store-bought crust. And then going from there. So I thought while I made this pie, I could also film and bring you along. And just kind of make an impromptu Thanksgiving video. And while I do this, I am just going to go over the things that I'm thankful for this year. And so if you are at home and social distancing from your friends and family, or if you're having a small family gathering, and you're like what I'm probably going to end up doing tomorrow and just watching a lot of YouTube, then yeah, at least we can be connected together online and have a great Thanksgiving. So I'm going to set my camera up and I'm going to continue combining the ingredients. Pumpkin pie is super simple, and I have an excessive amount of pumpkin. So let me get all set up and then let's bake. So I have my eggs here. Again, I'm making 2 pies, so it's 2 eggs per pie. I'm gonna give them a quick little beat here. If you are not using eggs in your pie, then you can use aquafaba, which, if you don't know what that is garbanzo beans, chickpeas. You can either soak them yourselves and get the liquid from the beans soaking, or you can buy a can that's like this. This one's just the Kroger brand. Make sure you get non-salted. The liquid that the beans are soaking in is aquafaba. So what you can do is you can actually take a beater or a whisk if you want to do it by hand, and you are able to whip this up. So you can whip it up just like you would egg whites, and you're gonna whip it into stiff peaks. It takes a little bit of time, but don't give up. Once you do that, just be careful not to deflate your fluff, and you're gonna gently fold that in later on into the mixture. So while in this version of the recipe, I'm just gonna dump everything into this bowl. If you're gonna use aquafaba and make a vegan pie, mix all of your like dry/wet ingredients, so like your pumpkin filling, your condensed milk, do all of that stuff first, make your batter, and then you're gonna gently fold in with a spatula your aquafaba whip. When you do this, 1 can per pie. So if you're making a double batch like I am, then 2 cans of liquid fully whipped into fluff. The only thing I would also caution you on is if you are making a vegan pie with aquafaba, garbanzo bean juice, warn your guests at dinner time. When I did that and I took it to my family, the aquafaba made them very gassy. So be aware of that. If you are making pumpkin pie with bean juice, I would give a disclosure to the people that are gonna eat your pie. The same Thanksgiving, I made the pumpkin pie with bean juice. I also put lentils in the vegan stuffing. My stomach was fine. My stomach was used to processing all of this food, all of the beans and the legumes. My family, not so much. So everyone was pretty gassy for the rest of the night. Just kind of a heads up if you're gonna do that. It tastes delicious. It does change the color of the pie. It does make the pie a little darker, but it still tastes really good. It's a slightly different flavor, but still really good. But anyways, my spice cabinet behind you. So yeah, you're gonna bake the pies at 425 for 15 minutes. So I set my timer for 15 minutes. After the 15 minutes is done, the top of the pie, the skin should be formed. And so that's when you're gonna cut your temperature down to 350. And you're gonna bake it at 350 for anywhere between 35 to 40 minutes. I'm gonna arbitrarily set my timer for 40 minutes because anytime I've made pies, berry pies too, it usually runs between 40 to 45 minutes depending on the size of my pie pan. So these are deep dish. Yeah. All right. So pies are in the oven. Get it. Can you see that? Those look good. I don't know if they're quite done yet though, to be fair. So this one looks okay. The other one didn't quite look done yet, so it just went back in for another 5 minutes, and then we'll see what it looks like then. So the thing about pumpkin pie is, unlike most other baked goods, this kind of is a thing for pie in general. You can't do like a knife test. Cakes, you can stick a toothpick in it or a chopstick in it. Breads, you can stick a chopstick. Muffin, you can stick a chopsticks. Pies, you cannot. Pies are still liquidy. And they don't settle until they cool. This goes for berry pies, or in this case, pumpkin pies. You won't know until it cools. So just best guess looking at it, this one I'm not going to touch it because the pie pan's hot. The center still has a little jiggle to it, but it doesn't look like runny. The other pie, however, if you give it a little shake, the center still look really runny. So that's why I put it back in for about another 5 more minutes. And then we'll take a look at it. So I just pulled this one out. It's been in for an extra 5 minutes. If you look at the height on them, One's obviously still a little puffed up. And then that one's been sitting on top of the oven for 5 minutes, and it's starting to deflate and level out. So it is normal for them to look puffy like this. This one looks a lot better now. And then as it cools, it'll sink down back to level, and it'll look like a normal pumpkin pie. So the pies are ready to go for tomorrow. It is now 12:21. Ooh, what is that called? Not a paradiddle. Maybe it is an anagram. Anyways, I digress. It is now Thanksgiving. I'm going to start off my Thanksgiving by listing off a few things that I am thankful for. So, first and foremost, in light of 2020, I am thankful for the health of my family. I'm thankful for the health of my friends, and I'm thankful for my health. I'm thankful for the fact that my significant other and I have managed to stay relatively safe through everything that's been going on, even though I don't want to say our work lives have been affected or hasn't been affected, but just kind of with everything that's been going on, we've managed to stay. Now we're both relatively antisocial individuals, but we've managed to stay okay. My family back in Ohio, they're all happy and healthy and doing well. And while we are not able to be together for Thanksgiving, and kind of everything all aside, even though like atypical, non-traditional Thanksgiving food, I still have pie. Like I had the ingredients in my house to make pie. Like so I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah. So kind of everything that's going on too. Like I'm thankful that I have never been without want in the middle of a pandemic. I've gotten close to running out of toilet paper, and we couldn't get any at the store. I had to go to like 4 different stores to find some toilet paper, and then it cost me like $10 for like 8 rolls, which was ridiculous. But I'm also in a place financially where I can pay $10 for 8 rolls. And it's, wearing masks and things like that aside, like I have not really been affected by the pandemic, and I think that is something that is very special that I can say, because I know people who've personally been affected by it in a very unfortunate way, in a very personal way, in ways full of loss. And to be able to say, as we go to the closing of the year, that I'm good. Like, I have my health, I have my family, my friends are all doing okay. Even those who have tested positive, they've all fully recovered and they're doing okay. And so I think to be able to say that is in itself something to be very thankful for. Yeah, so there's obviously a laundry list more. I'm thankful, for turning strawberry and for the developments that have come out of 2020 with it, and how yoga has grown, and the love and the support that's come out of turning strawberry, and where we're at with YouTube and Instagram and all that fun stuff. But social media is not my thing. It's never really been my thing. So to kind of see where it's at right now compared to where it was a year ago is something to be thankful for. I think it's interesting to see, but every single time I get, a new subscriber, it's like this giddy little like, yeah. So I'm thankful for the support of each and every one of you, because without you, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. So that's that. Yeah. It's a time of reflection and a time to give thanks. So I hope everyone is, being safe and being mindful of the scenario and what's going on as we head into tomorrow with your Thanksgiving plans. Me personally, I'm going to be spending Thanksgiving alone. Well, I'll be here with the puppies, and I have my loyal fur babies that I will be spending Thanksgiving with. So my partner will be home in the morning, but he is working tomorrow. I am not. I will be here at home. So yeah. That being said, if you do choose to spend your Thanksgiving with friends or with family or with loved ones that are kind of outside of your normal daily circle, please do so as responsibly as possible. That's the best way I can say it. Try to keep the gathering as small as possible. You know, it's not an infringement on your rights. It's literally just when you're around people and you don't know that you're sick, or you're just kind of feeling slightly under the weather, or maybe you're not feeling under the weather at all and you're asymptomatic. And this just isn't about COVID, but this is about just like germs in general. When you're around people, your chances increase of getting sick. And so it's one of those things where just be mindful about that. So yeah. All right. I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.